Well, that was not a fun game to watch, not just because the way it ended and the final score, but also just the pretty poor production quality tonight. Jim Fox's audio in the first period was very bad, very rough to listen to, and the camera angle at the SAP Center is just atrocious. It's too high up, it's zoomed out, and watching it, I was kind of getting a little nauseous until I finally started to kind of get used to it and not be so effective by it. But I don't know. It was just not the game that we need to play. Over on the power play when we had so many chances is just unacceptable. Unacceptable from a team that, since the Colorado series, has really struggled to score goals, and the struggle continued tonight. And it continues against Martin Jones, who's just not a good goalie, but for some reason against the Kings, he plays lights out. And he did that tonight, around 40 saves he's going to end with. And I mean, the Kings had chances late, but it was a little too late, and on the power play, Kempe had 3, 4 pretty good looks and just doesn't hit the net. It's kind of looking like it's a cold streak now for Kempe. He's a very, very hot and cold player, and when he's cold, it's not a good time for us. Same thing with Iafallo too. He had a couple pretty good looks, and he's been struggling lately to find points, and obviously didn't get one tonight. One guy did find a point by winning a pretty crucial draw, which is good for him, is Gabe Velarde. He looked good on the fourth line. The fourth line in general looked good, especially Wagner was really noticeable tonight. Gets the primary assist on the goal. And I don't want Velarde to play fourth line minutes, but I do like the line that he's on because I think Velarde is a lot like Kopitar in the sense that they're both big, they're both strong. Puck protection is the game, but they're playmakers at heart. And you don't want those guys down low battling for pucks, trying to regain possession. You want them to be the ones sitting back, waiting for the puck to get loose, grab it, make the play. And so having a guy like Lazat, whose game is to be in the corners, to be on the boards and win pucks, is really good for him. And I think it's helping him look very strong in the last 2 games that he's played at that, in the fourth line. Other than that, though, not much to talk about. MacDermid had the good fight. You have to appreciate MacDermid's fights because defensively, he's terrible. I mean, 2 goals against tonight off of his skate, and that's been a theme this season. I mean, there's, I would say 5 at least times where the puck is bounced off of him and into the net. He's just wrong place, wrong time, but all the time. And like I said, it's good that he's a good fighter. I think he's one of the best fighters in the league. I mean, I would love to see him fight Ryan Reeves. I would like to see him get another chance against Lucic because I think Lucic is, I would say, the best fighter in the league that I've seen. I think the humpback kind of adds to the mysticism of Lucic a little bit, where he looks like some kind of monster that's just throwing punches and beating people up. But their one fight got cut short, and so I'd like to see a rematch there. I'd like to see him fight Reeves. But I would not like to see him continue to be on the blue line. I know Olimata has not been great for us this year, but I'd take Olimata over MacDermid any day. It's unfortunate that Mata is hurt and seems to be hurt for a while as he didn't make the road trip with the team. So I don't know what the Kings are going to do. They're probably going to stick with MacDermid, but it's rough. It is rough. And it's rough for Sean Walker, who I thought tonight had a really good game. There was a bunch of plays that he was making defensively that were key plays, and his defense has been something I've criticized. I think he lacks there, but tonight he stepped up, did well, but obviously a -2, not really his fault for the -2, but it's kind of what happens when you're stuck with a guy who's just not cut out for this league. Other than that, I mean, not much to talk about. The Kings, it was pretty annoying because in the last game I kind of talked about how when you see that they're passing well and they're playing clean, they're a very good team. And then when they get sloppy, they lose. And they started the game very well. They were passing really well, making good plays, getting out of the zone very quickly, entering the offensive zone well. But something happened in the second period, and all of that just went away. And so I went into the first intermission. Yeah, we were down a goal, but I still kind of felt, okay, we'll get one, we'll get the ball rolling, we'll get momentum, and we should be fine. But second period, just absolutely terrible in the defensive zone, not getting the puck out, bringing the puck back into the zone in bad situations multiple times. It was frustrating, and that kind of led to the Sharks just, I wouldn't say dominating, but just keeping control of the game. And when they get the goal in the third period, there was not much the Kings could really do. They made a push late in the game. Obviously, Kopitar had that really good chance that Mario Ferraro stopped, but it just was not enough. And I think a really good way to kind of show how I feel, and I'm sure everybody else who watched the game feel, is the clip of MacDermid getting mad. I mean, that's how I feel. I wish that I looked as cool as MacDermid when he's mad, but I don't. Uh, but I don't know. We gotta come back in the next game because the way that the standings are, I mean, you're 2 or 3 wins or losses in a row, and you're out of contention. And I do think, like I've said many times, I do think we're in contention, but can't be losing to teams like this, and can't be losing with just very little offense, not playing a good game. At no point did I think we looked like we would come back and win. I said, in the first period we looked okay, but after that it was just, you knew we were losing. The guys didn't have it tonight. It was back to back, back to back kind of road trip thing. So hopefully they get some rest, come back in the next game and fix everything. We're good on the second parts of series, so hopefully that's a good sign. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just kind of end with this still image because that was the game right there. That was at least a point, and we didn't get it. We didn't get the win. Got to do better. We have to do better.